Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear student, how are you? All are in anxious. Till try to keep a good mood. I am Dr. Abdul Sattar Chaudhary. Assalamu alaikum. Stay with me for next few minutes. Today my lecture is tissue blood flow control. Tissue blood flow can be controlled in two ways. One is local control, another is humoral control. Local control also, it can be again divided into two phases. One is acute control, another is long-term control. Acute control occurs within second and minute, and it is usually achieved by local vasodilator and constrictor substance. Now long-term control also, it is achieved or occurs within days, weeks and months. It is due to the release of some vascular endothelial growth factor, another is fibroblast growth factor, another is angiogenin. Now come to the acute control, local vasodilator substance. When tissue is deprived of blood supply, the local tissue will release some substance that will dilate the arterioles, then meta-arterioles, then precapillary sphincter that will dilate. And these all three vessels belongs to resistance vessel. When the tissue release some vasodilator substance, what are the vasodilator substance? Example is adenosine. Next is potassium ion, hydrogen ion, histamine, carbon dioxide, then nitric oxide, and acetate, all are vasodilator substance. These are released from local tissue. When it is released, then it will dilate the blood vessels. Which blood vessels? Arterioles, meta-arterioles, and precapillary sphincter. When the arterioles are dilated, then it will increase the blood flow to tissue and it will provide nutrition to tissue. Opposite, when the blood flow is increased to the tissue, again tissue release another vasoconstrictor substance, that is endothelin, and that endothelin is powerful vasoconstrictor. Endothelin, powerful vasoconstrictor that will constrict the blood vessel and it will reduce the blood flow to tissue. Now come to the long-term control. It usually occurs within days, weeks and months. It needs some time. It is usually, it will be found in heart. When there is ischemic heart disease or there is a coronary artery block, and when the coronary artery block, then release some substance that will regenerate the new blood vessels, the collateral circulation. What are the substance that release? This is the vascular endothelial growth factor, fibroblast growth factor, and angiogenin. These three will produce new blood vessels. That new blood vessel will provide blood flow to the tissue. If I will give you example, suppose, have you seen the flooded river? On the flooded river, that cannot accommodate the water in the river, then two sides of the river, the bank of the river will break down, and some place water will pass through this broken place. That is, new channel will develop. Similar in heart also, new channel will develop. That is called collateral circulation. These are the local control. Now come to the humoral control. Humoral control again it is achieved by two things. One is vasoconstrictor agent, another is vasodilator agent. These two agents regulate the
diameter of the blood vessels, and it will control the blood flow. What are the vasoconstrictor substance? One is epinephrine and non-epinephrine. Another is angiotensinogen 2, another is vasopressin. Epinephrine having two roles. Epinephrine in some place it is called vasodilatation, and another place it is called vasoconstriction. And non-epinephrine having single role, it is a powerful vasoconstrictor. These are released from source of release of epinephrine and non-epinephrine. It is the postganglionic sympathetic fibers and adrenal medulla. When you have to perform the exercise, during exercise there is release of adrenaline or epinephrine, and these epinephrine will dilate the coronary blood vessels, also dilate to the brain blood vessels, and also it will dilate the skeletal muscle vessels. But it will constrict the vein in the abdominal vein as well as other veins. That is called vasoconstriction. And you already know that 64% of blood remain 64% of blood remain in the vein. When the vein is constricted, that blood goes to the systemic circulation. Then systemic will get more blood and it will provide tissue blood. Next is ADH or vasopressin. ADH or vasopressin, it is a very powerful vasoconstrictor. The source of ADH or vasopressin is the hypothalamus. Then it released in the hypothalamus, it comes to the posterior pituitary. When the body need this vasopressin, it comes to the blood and it causes vasoconstriction. It may increase the blood pressure about 60 millimeter of mercury. Third one is angiotensinogen 2. It is also a powerful vasoconstriction, and it is formed and it causes vasoconstriction to the resistance vessels or arterioles, and it increases the blood pressure about 50 millimeter of mercury. And 1 millionth of gram of angiotensinogen 2, it increases the blood pressure to 50 millimeter of mercury. These are. Now come to the vasodilator agent. What are the vasodilator agent? One is bradykinin, another is histamine. And all things is released from some tissue, bradykinin, and histamine, it is released from basophil or mast cell. Have you seen the allergy? There is some itching, then that place will be swollen. It is due to the histamine. In addition to these are and other ions having some role on blood vessels. What are the ions? One is calcium ion, is it called vasoconstriction, and sodium ion, mild vasoconstriction. Potassium causes vasodilatation. Magnesium causes vasodilatation. Hydrogen ion, excess of hydrogen ion causes vasodilatation. A decreased hydrogen ion means alkaline causes vasoconstriction. Finally, the carbon dioxide having some role to blood flow to the tissue. Some tissue having blood flow is automatic control. One is kidney, another is brain. Kidney blood flow is automatically controlled by when the blood pressure is 80 to 170, the kidney blood flow is automatically controlled. I think this is enough for you. Thank you. Stay at home and safe. Thank you.